Hello everyone, so this is just a small video on what we'll be working this month on my Patreon. So as you can see here, we've got this crack texture essentially, and I've built the material where you can control the color of the glow, the animation of it as well. We're gonna dip into blueprints and try to change those values or variables in the material using blueprints, so we can actually make it animated. So let me walk you through a little bit about the material. So we are just using one texture. We can change the color of the glow. We could also change the color of, as you can see here, those are like a burning animated texture there. So we can change the color of those as well. So I'm going to change it to something a bit more greenish, or maybe darker blue. And we can change the color also of those dark areas here, and this is just one texture. I'm not using multiple textures, but as you can see, there's basically a bunch of controls that you might find useful in your project. Okay, and we're gonna animate it as well using blueprint. So as you can see, the texture disappears as we animate the values in the blueprints. Okay, let me change it back to my previous settings, because I think, I kind of like the idea of this being like a meteor or rocket hit, or some sort of fiery projectile hit. Okay, so I'm going to change that to texture as well. Textures will be available for my, I think, tier 3 patrons as well. I'm going to do some random drop for my all tiers patron. As for the textures, okay, so as you can see, we get this. So that's Unreal Engine, and we'll be doing the same in Unity, where I'll actually try to replicate the shader and functionality of it using the animation and just the one texture. The material editor we'll be using in Unity, it's the Amplify shader editor. We're gonna do animation in order to tweak the parameters of this material, and we're gonna do a small tiny little script where we will actually we will record the button press, and we're gonna trigger the animation. So for example, imagine you hit the projectile, you spawn the decal at this location, and basically you can instantiate that decal, and it's gonna play on its own using the script and this shader. Okay, right, so this is the basic idea for March. So I hope you're gonna enjoy that, and I actually hope that you're gonna learn a lot from me going through and creating that shader with you. With the basic introduction session at the beginning of the video, where I actually go and explain the process, what we'll be doing, and what's important in your textures to have in order for this animation to play smoothly, and disappearance of it as well. Okay, so we'll be just discussing one technique, and this should be our final result. All right, thanks everyone for your support.